Alright, in theory I should be live. A little bit of a flicker there, trying to switch back over. Give me one moment, as usual. I do have to get my tools up and running here. YouTube is always being a little bit slow on this, but you know, it is what it is. There we go, and holy cow, it has been a very long time since YouTube has actually operated as, you know, I'm sure as was intended. But yeah, that was pretty seamless. Holy cow. Alright, so where we left off last time, I don't remember dick all of what I was doing. The extent of my knowledge is that I swapped my partners over. I was doing a lot of roaming around, trying to get the feel of some elements of something. I don't remember if I did one of my... Can I check? Is it going to be here? That's achievements. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to check whether or not I have done any of the trial battles or not. I think that's what I was intending to do last time, but then I got so distracted doing all kinds of other things. Oh, that's right. I was getting ready to find my way into that other location. Anyways, I am here by the exclamation point. And so I kind of want to do a little bit of checking around and see what all is up with this area. And obviously we got this lady first, so let's get, I guess slowly, let's just get into it. I heard Captain Wallace is at the park, right? The park. Okay, so at least we know where somebody's at. That's fair enough. I still got to figure out what else is going on. There's no time to chat. I have an order of pastries to finish. I was expecting something a little bit more intense than pastries, but you know what? Baking is an honest profession. I can get behind that. We usually cook food for the townsfolk here, but we haven't received ingredients from the farm west of here for a while. I don't think I've been west of here. Like, not substantially west. I wonder what's going on. Yeah, let me check the map. Yeah, I have not been west of here, unless you go way north first. Alright, what else are we looking at in this location? My God, what else are we looking at in this location? What the hell is you? What is this spirit demon boy? My guy, you... My girl? You okay? Welcome, inquiring souls. Are you here to learn about the astral arts? Fuck it, why not?
Excellent.
You would be wise to heed my words. You see, beasts of the astral type draw their power from 4 basic elements of nature: earth, water, fire, and air. An astral creature exposed to any of these 4 elements will be empowered. Okay, wait, why is she like... Wait, I was not... Ma'am? I was trying to give you, like, that little bit of, you know, eerie, serious sound, and then you just decide you were gonna full-on just moan into the microphone for your sound bit. I was in the middle of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Duel when the power surge happened. The opponent took 5 whole minutes to set up that board, so I probably lost anyway. Okay, I want to ask a detailed question about what you were going through, because again, I have within my head an understanding of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Flows these days, and my understanding is usually very flawed. There's still just a map on screen? Oh, son of a... Hold on. Okay. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, I have put forward all of almost 5 minutes of exactly that. I am going to put this in the chat, just so that I know to put that in the comments later on. Jump to 5 minutes. Actually, it was more like 4.5. So jump to 430. Future Ian. There we go. Hopefully that has fixed the issue there. Yeah, I wish I knew why exactly it happened that way. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So yeah, my question that I have about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Board setup thing that you were going through. I hope you were at least getting some audio, if nothing else, because, you know, the music is good. I did also try to do a little bit of rebalancing. I tried to make the game audio a little bit louder. It's hard for me to tell where it's going to be in actual play, because not all games use consistent sound balancing. So getting it set up on the main menu is not always the same as getting it set up in the game. And just because it's set up in the game at one moment doesn't mean it's set up consistently throughout. Anyways, the question about Yu-Gi-Oh! This 5-minute board setup. Was this 5 minutes of them constantly doing things like they knew exactly what they were looking for, exactly which card does what for what effect? Like, were they doing a good flow of this, or were they kind of shambling around trying to be like, okay, I have a couple options, I'm not sure what direction I want to go? Because how that 5 minutes is spent, in my opinion, matters a lot. 5 minutes against someone like me trying to make sure that I'm reading the cards and knowing exactly what I'm doing effectively because it's a deck I put together, I don't know, a week ago or something, is very different than somebody playing a deck that they know explicitly well and know exactly the combo runs they're looking to run through. Because what I take 5 minutes doing, an experienced player could probably take 1 minute doing. However, their internal harmony can be thrown into disarray by exposure to impure elements, plastic, poison, and metal. Well, hold on. I would argue that metal is actually a pure element. I'm just saying. When you're talking about mythology, silver is about as pure as it gets, and that's why it works on like ghosts and vampires and werewolves. Silver's a very big deal. Silver is also naturally occurring. When you like melt it down, you can skim out the impurities. And in fact, even other types of metals, when you work with them at a forge, you can even like work out, literally you can forge out impurities. So, you know, and again, a lot of the elements out there, you know, the metals out there, I mean, are, you know, rather pure. Like iron is naturally occurring, gold is naturally occurring. I'm just saying, I think you're gonna being a little iffy on your definition of impure. If you wish to take the form of an astral beast, remember this. Oh, remember that, like, the thing about... Yeah, no, I'm not going to remember that because you're just wrong. Like, you might be right about the creatures, but you're wrong about so much else. And I am going to be incredibly biased and arrogant and believe that I myself understand far more than you. With that said, give me a minute. I forgot to sneeze. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just wouldn't be a Super Rensack Bros stream if I wasn't being incredibly arrogant. And unjustly so. Where the hell did this random dandelion come from? Hold up, I want that. I'm pretty sure they had a plan. It was with a combination of archetypes I've never seen used together before, though. I don't know if that's meant to be read as it sounds, but Yummy and Mitsurugi to be exact. I hope that that's meant to be Yummy and not like Yumi or something. How did I not realize that Cool Story is basically Cool Story, bro? How did I not put that together before just literally right now? Alright, let's see if the dandelion can hold through the smack. Awesome. Because that should leave Kaylee enough to, you bastard. Alright, okay. Wait. I wonder... I think that plant is supposed to be able to eat 3 shots. So if I... Oh, man. Is there a way for me to just not do a thing for a turn? Alright, and then we'll do a trick. Wait. But the plant didn't... There it goes. Okay, good. Alright, now if I want to catch this dandelion, I'm going to use the chrome tape just because I want to have a better shot at it. And then I want to go all in on doing... I guess we'll do the bite. It's bigger damage. I think the damage is how it works, not the strike shots, because otherwise double slice would make more sense. So I'm going to go for the bite. Okay, I did say it right. Thank goodness. But yeah, if somebody has a general idea of what they're going for... Wait. It works like that? Okay. I didn't realize that... I think in the past... One second. I think in the past, when I am trying to record a creature... Damn! Them some stats. I like that boy. I'm my favorite. In the past, when I would try to record a creature, it kind of seems more like, no matter what turn order it was, when I would use the tape cassette, it would record, and then the attack would happen. I didn't realize that it was even possible for the attack to go first, and I wonder if, because I was trying to record the creature, it didn't deliver a death blow immediately. I don't know if that's going to be situational or not, but it feels like some important information. Alright, anyway, so let's go to the map. Since I know what I'm not going to be doing, I know that I kind of just want to head up here, head to the right. What I was working through last time, as I slowly start to remember... as I slowly start to remember what I was trying to do, I was making my way into that locked away... do I call it a city? Village? Town? Seemingly where a lot of the cultists were, and that was also a part of why I had the character who was an ex-cult as well. Although that was relatively recently found out. Alright, so I think... Oh, that was wild. I think this puts me in the direction I was looking to go. Okay, no, I've already done this, right? Yes? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay. I didn't want to sit there and find out the solution to that all over again. Stop! I can sense the pain within you, my friend. You suffer because you desire to be honed. Allow me to end your pain. Become our tribute to the angels. Says the absolute praise madman, who again looks far too much like my character. Are all the cultists just like running around with shaved heads? Do I need to just accept the fact that I need to stop shaving my head? Otherwise I will forever be lumped in with these guys. Alright, let's do a jump scare. Or don't. I admit that is some terribly good damage. Yummy has to be the most... Oh. Okay. Yummy has to be the most overly cutesy, Reddit-coded archetype on the planet, and I have that it is actually really good. Oh, and I hate that it is actually really good. Hold on, let me look this up. I want to see what is the Yummy archetype. When you say the most Reddit coded, I have potential dangers as to what that could mean in my head. Okay, so it is just very cutesy, super sweet, animal coded. Yeah, okay. So this is definitely more in the female Reddit experience, female Reddit coded element, not the male Reddit coded element, because when you word it like that, and I associate the phrase yummy with male Redditor coded experience, I get a lot of danger bells going off in my head. So I'm glad that that is not the direction it went, because that would be disturbing. All right, let's pop the coal story just because I don't necessarily, actually, I don't think it matters because I think the other guy goes first. So I will just do what I can to do a little bit more damage. Let's pop a bite. And let's double drain. Let's get a little vampiric over here on the Thwackalope. Because I'm more interested in Kaylee healing up anyways. Oh, that's kind of mean. I didn't even stop to think that it was gonna be multiple. Just straight up running the vampire strategy on the human side here. Nice crit. You know, wait a minute, hold on. Am I remembering incorrectly, because I very well might be, that when the human mode takes damage, from a player's perspective, and then you swap into a monster, is the monster not already made weaker by association of the human mode's HP pool? Why am I thinking that that was a thing? Like, if your human mode gets down to like 50% health and you send out a new monster, isn't it already reduced to 50% because it can't have more than you have as a human? Am I just like remembering all of the elements of this game terribly wrong? Because I very well seemingly am, but also, as is well experienced, I am not exactly super well versed in the details of this game. More so, I just passively, casually play. Sorry, trying to work my way around the enemies there. I also did do a lot of shopping around to make sure that I've got a couple. What is that? Oh, okay, I've got a rare candy. But yeah, I do have. I have a rare candy and something equivalent more to just the monster? Interesting. Okay, but yeah, I did do a couple of shopping items and I'm walking around with a few things here.
Sorry.
Okay, so again, I am going to showcase my absolute ignorance. The Thwackalope came into this fight, and it didn't have to transform, it just already was. However, the person became the Terracuca. So, is this character partnered with a wild creature? The monsters and characters each have their own levels and stats. Okay, so I, again, misunderstood greatly on that. I thought that the monster's level is all determined on the human's level, at least from the player side. And then the monsters are, like, ranked. And their stars is not necessarily their level, but their rank. And when you get to a high enough rank with certain monsters, that's when they become evolvable. Again, I'm explaining what I thought was going on there, not what necessarily is. Again, same thing with the HP pool, but it's also quite possible when I was doing that, I was constantly switching into monsters that were already damaged, and that's just where my brain made an association that isn't real. Anyways, I still don't necessarily... I have not been made to fear a Terracotta yet. I have from a Thwackalope. The Thwackalope is a lower level, but, you know, the association is what it is. I'm gonna bully the Thwackalope first. Now referring to that as the cool story bro move gives that such a very different experience. Anyways, take a bite out of your ass. Yeah, take the little bit of burn damage. Move on and take a bite out of your ass, too. The term for evolving in this game is remastering. I think I've run into reading that before. But again, my brain is Pokemon coded, so it's gonna take a long time for me to internalize the proper terminology there. Man, the hop skin is so close. In all honesty, I only joined the Morn Children for the food. You know, honestly, in a world where you're trying to survive and you don't understand what the hell is going on, I can kind of respect that. Look, I don't want to die, so I joined the crazy people for the purpose of trying to not die. Alright, I assume there must be some sort of... I don't think that's... Yeah, okay. There's gonna have to be some sort of way of breaking this coming up. That is probably going to create a whole wind area that I'm going to be able to jump across and glide across, yada yada yada. So I don't think I have to worry about anything else for that right now. Oh, I'm curious about what the heck's going on down here. Alright, definitely going to be some way to raise the water level, but I don't have that going on right now. Maybe I can do the big dash and, I'm gonna go give that a shot. See if I can't jump and ramp my way up and over. Nope, not even close. I'm gonna have to get a little creative about what's going on here. The problem with the Bulletinos is when they blow up, they explode. And so I also have to not be weak enough myself at the point of taking one out. Honestly, it's a really cool mechanic to have on a wild creature, very much Skuntank-like. And that's really what made Skuntank always so dangerous. Wasn't necessarily it itself, which was already kind of a powerful Pokemon, but the danger of the after effect. I can't remember. Was that Skuntank? Did Skuntank do that, or am I misremembering on that? Because again, I am coded to fear the potential of a Skuntank from my Nuzlocke run, so I'm not certain that I'm remembering correctly there. Nuzlocke runs will do things to your brain. Alright, whoa, way overshot that. Alright. So I know that this isn't the way to do anything here directly. Oh! Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Dealing with water. Can I wake you
what
up?
is that?
What is that? Sleeping? No, not at all. I was, meditating. I'm Zed, by the way. That said, it's getting real difficult to meditate around here, so, what with all the Bulletinos zooming around, any chance you could sort that out for me? Oh, well, okay. 5 of them? Yeah, I can do that. Also a good opportunity to try and... oh, wasn't deep water. All right. To try and rank up because I can't remember the monster, but my flashing boy here, he who wears the long coat and makes women scared in the park. Anyways, yeah, he's getting pretty close to the remixing layer level rank star. Anyways, I want to get him there pretty soon because I'm curious about what direction he's going to go. I was already not expecting the whole, again, flasher build. I was expecting the vampire thing that we saw before. Zed, like, as in... Oh, as in Zen? I genuinely wasn't putting 2 and 2 together there. I do also really appreciate the, all of the mission objectives that this game can throw at you. It definitely... It gives more to do in the field than, like, whoops. Yeah, I'll switch. Than, say, Pokemon does. And don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon. It just, you know, it's more, if you ever have mission objective things to do, they're usually either story related or post-game related. There's really not a lot that comes up very often that is bonus content mission objective built. A 60 on the whole team. Yeah, I guess we'll still do Sonic Boom. Oh, the vampires. I'm not gonna spoil the best joke in the game, so my lips are sealed. Are you thinking I was talking about the vampires as in the there's an organization that sells itself as very vampire-esque. I've already ran into them. I think that was actually done on the first stream that was covered for this game. Whoa! You get a lot more air than I do. But yeah, they were, what were they, like realtors or something like that? Landlords? Yeah, they were doing something in finance. But yeah, that was a great bit for them to be going for. But no, I was thinking there's a vampire creature that I was thinking this thing evolved into. I'm gonna look at the, I don't know what it's called, the closest thing the Pokedex. There's gotta be a fun element to it, right? Like a playlist or something. And they've gotta have something that's not just calling it a Pokedex. Really? We're just going with the bestiary? Snoopin'. Okay, yeah, Snoopin' is what I was thinking of. I think when I evolved my Spring Heel, it asked me a question and I don't remember what it was. But they did that again with, oh, there was another one. Where is it? No. Here it is. Okay. The Squirey also had a question when it evolved, and I assume remixed. And I assume that was how you get one or the other here. I ran into this thing out in the wild. I ended up with one of these guys. But I wonder if that is what happened here, and you have a branching line that doesn't branch at the end. It branches at stage 2. Because these guys are very related. And I genuinely thought this was going to become him. But then they asked me the question and I ended up with trench coat dangly bit Batman. Let me see. Should I use this again? I might as well. I could also just jump ahead to it. All right, no, it's probably already there. Maybe that's what it's telling me for that. I could do that for the Velocirifle. I could jump ahead for Velocirifle evolution too. I don't even know if it has one, but I'm gonna do it. It feels potentially stupid, but I'm gonna do it. Velocirifle is one of my favorite creatures so far, so we'll see what that ends up doing for it. Okay, yeah, I did run into them already. Yeah, yep. I don't remember exactly what they were. I think it was more like landlords or something. And you know what? Very on brand for vampire people. Especially, my God. Okay, so I've talked about this before, right? And I think Richard has talked about this as well. That, you know, not all landlords are assholes. He's got a decent one. I've had a decent one when I was having to rent for a while there. And my general understanding here, like with the with my spooky goat. My general understanding is that landlords are obviously going to be hit and miss regardless. We're gonna begin with that statement. However, have I beaten 5 yet? I don't think I've beaten 5 yet. I think I've beaten like 3 or 4. So I'm gonna do one more. Get the hell back here, you asshole! I think regardless, this fight is gonna put me over the 5 limit, and I'm gonna take the time to fuse because I don't want my goat to get hurt again. God, that's a nightmare creature. Ooh. And we can go right into... We can do any one of his moves. Okay. I can go right into the Bone Canyon. Bone Cannon. Bone Canyon is, that's a very different thing. Hold on. But yeah. If you're in the city, like, if you're in a primary city area, you are, like, more likely to have a very shitty landlord. And if you are outside of the city... Sorry, taking a drink of my energy drink here. Making sure I remain conscious for the entirety of my stream. Don't want to fight this other guy. Can I get you to just... Bye? There we go. Yeah, if you're inside of a major city, you are likely to deal with a lot more asshole management as far as landlordisms go. But if you're out in the outer city regions, you know, I can't think of the proper term for it, but basically as long as you're not deep in the heart of the city, you've got a much better chance of it being very 50-50. But and my exposure is very skewed. Again, because of the line of work that I did before, a lot of people were already, you know, in the inner city, but also in the poorer region. And it just seems like any landlord exposure I had to have within those frameworks, even if it was a tenant that was a good tenant, I never experienced a good landlord. Right? Like, I could be talking with somebody who is very poor, their child was very troubled, and so sure, the child was a lot of problems, but the parents were good renters, they kept their home in relatively good shape. Now, obviously, there's going to be some home dynamic issues between, you know, parent-child dynamics, but if I was from the outside looking in and I'd be like, this is the kind of family that I would expectably want to be renting from me if I was in the position to have property to be renting out, it still didn't change the fact that the landlord was a complete piece of shit. That has always been the case within the major cities, that I have never seen a major city landlord that was actually genuinely a decent person. Not even a good person to be renting from, just a good person in general. Now again, outside of major cities, the experience changes massively. But it's kind of funny that it works that way. Thanks for that, man. It shouldn't be this hard for a ranger captain to get a bit of shut-eye around here. Oh, I totally forgot you're a ranger captain. Oh, I guess you're here to take my ranger training challenge then? I guess I am, and I probably shouldn't have done my fusion ahead of time. I'm in a little bit of a shit position for that, but it is what it is. All right, then. Let's hit the hay. I mean, hit the battlefield. Yeah, that. I've also got to say, his character display I kind of like, too. Intercepting. Characters with intercept all attacks directed at their... Ooh! Well, okay. So I've just got to go absolutely hog wild on Zed first. Fair enough. Let's go for some debuffs because for whatever reason, this tardigrade character is absolutely wildly tanky and can really get away from me real quick if I let it. The pair fusili will max out your meter, your fusion meter anyway. Yes, and I think I have one of those, don't I? No, I do not, but I think I saw those in the shop before. That said, I'm not, you know, absolutely taken aback by what's going on here. All right, let's see if we can't sharpen this turn, and we're gonna have Kaylee try and get a little bit of heal going with a little biting. Not as much as I wanted, but I guess it is what it is. All right, I can't remember. I think I came across one of these guys where they went to sleep and they were basically able to do a sleep talk type maneuver. And that kind of fucked me up once before. And I can't remember the hows or why, but I don't think it necessarily matters because, you know, getting fucked up is still getting fucked up. All right, we're going to try to do the jump scare. Okay, managed to get the flinch off. And we've got ourselves a little beef. Yeah, again, the even getting the attack up, this thing is just a fucking unit. Alright, that does do splash damage. No, I'm not gonna worry about that. We're gonna keep going. Oh man, I feel dumb. Alright, we're gonna go for the bite, because, you know, physical is physical, and we've got that up right now. Gonna go for another bite. I've got to be able to like, out-power scale the healing rate, right? Yeah, that can really start to get away from me if I let it. Alright, gonna have to go back to doing ranged. Gonna switch out here. Let's go to the Velociraptor. Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't necessarily have one. I looked for it, but I'm fairly certain it was something I could buy. It was very expensive, by the way. I think it was like 1,000, I don't know, coffee leaves or something. Tobacco leaves. Could be tobacco leaves. I could absolutely see a hipster game having tobacco leaves be an actual item instead of coffee beans or whatever. Whatever it was definitely something goofy like that. Yeah, we're gonna do the inflame and keep that fire going. Just nothing but fire all over the place. What in the heck? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna say something that might be really dumb, I don't know if like I've got my brother playing a prank on me or what. Yeah, that's definitely not coming from the game or my headphones. Okay, before I streamed, if you're in the Discord, you saw that I made reference to having some really creepy, eerie music playing through. I thought it was my headphones earlier, and I thought I figured out what it was. I don't think it's coming through my headphones now, and I'm getting it right now. And I actually had to just, like, I literally got up. I traced it down just now. I don't know why this is happening. I am getting some, like, really, really quiet, really faint, almost music box, creepy, eerie music in my house right now. And it is coming from my vent. I kid you not, my vents are playing this weird, creepy, eerie music box sound, and it's very faint. And nothing else should be making any noise in my house right now. I don't know why that is what it is, and I feel like either I'm getting punked by a family member or I'm getting haunted pretty hard right now. Yeah, you don't hear anything on your end. A hipster game. Yeah, no, it really does give me the vibes like that. You're not hearing that. Okay, it's gone now. Whatever it was has stopped. But no joke, I'm getting a little creeped out. A ghost is taking a dump in your vent. Oh no. Oh, there's gonna be ectoplasm all over the vents. Oh. Look, if you're gonna be a ghost and you're gonna haunt somebody, horror movie bullshit isn't the way to do it. Have some fun. Just rub one out and nut all over their vent and make sure they know by way of your creepy sound effects, whatever creepy tune you want to have going on. Have that really emphasize the fact that you are just doing heinous shit to the house and there isn't fuck all they can do about it. Oh, this has now ruined things for me. Oh, why? I don't know what is or why is, but things are terrible. Alright, good fire damage happening. I feel like that's not going to do anything. We're going to try the bone cannon. And again, I made a reference to the bone canyon. And just to really upsell the terribleness that my headspace is not that kind of dumb, but that also, I knew that wasn't what I meant. I knew you meant taking a shit, but I was just saying, like, if you're gonna fuck with me, that's a hell of a way to do it. All right, let's use the rewind item on the Velocirifle. There we go. And now, can I not do? I've only been using the raise arms for like 1 point. Am I really that slow on building up the ranged fire? All right. Anyways, I'm gonna do it again, and I am wanting the Velocirifle to just absolutely just dunk on the Salamagus. It is gonna be a battle of the fire damage, and I want my rifle creature to just blast right through its skull and just put that brain matter on the walls back there. All right, we're definitely gonna let it take its time here, though. All right, so that creature is done, at least for now. We'll see what happens next. How's the fight? Have I won? Have you won yet, you asshole? This thing also does the intercepting. Lovely. Alright, let's pop the fire damage on you. Can I just not build up 5 units? What's going on? Yeah, we're... Oh, I'm dealing with a reduction there. Okay, I see what's going on. Fair enough. At least now I understand what the hell's happening. Alright. Either way, we're going to take the rapid fire with all of our rank boosts. Man, that really just doesn't do it for me. Casper is spooking all over the place. Alright, let's get the Masqueradle in here. I think this thing can do poison, so maybe that'll be a thing to help me out here. Because I think they mentioned, you know, use the impure things to deal with the other guy. So maybe I can do that right now. Let's switch over to something else that's... do I have anybody else that's impure? I don't think so, but maybe the Decibel's a good way to go. Alright, and then we'll try spitting all over this creature. The poison's got to do something, right? Eventually. Or not. Man, we're getting rocked over here. Alright, rack a sonic boom on everyone. And yeah, we'll try the Thunder Blast. We'll do some damage stacking. All of that plus the fire damage. Hopefully that'll do something for it, right? God, this thing hurts. You hit so fucking hard. Okay. Try an air wall. See if that can buy me a little time. Run another Thunder Blast. I'm sorry, I just couldn't air wall? Alright. That's dealt. Point is, I'm in a better spot. Let's see what this happens with now. Full story. Another Thunder Blast. Oh, that's so much better. Just get the hell out of here, salamander bastard. This? Yeah, my fusion meter is getting full from one single fight because this is just endless. Speaking of, and I'm not going to use it now because we are at the end here. This should be able to deal with everything else. Oh. That's right. Take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Defeated pose. God, that was unnecessary.
Wow.
I think that final blow woke me up a bit. Here's your reward. All right, I did deal with that other guy first, so I've at least got 2 of these guys dealt with. I could do with a cup of coffee to wake me up. As I mentioned about the hipster game. All right. Whoa, that was a little wild. I mean, it worked, but it was a little wild. All right, is there going to be a nice little... Wait, I've been over here. Have I... Did I ignore that fight before? I must have ignored that fight before. Alright, where is this? The hell is the altar? That's not creepy at all. All right, I'm going to camp here. We're going to do some remixing. I think I've got this going on. And this also means when we do our fusion, and I'm sure the boss fight that is likely coming up, maybe I'll be a little better off. Hold on, I got to unload my wood on Kaylee here. So tell me, how do you feel about sleeping in the great outdoors? You know, with all honesty, to this day, I still love... Now, obviously, the conditions matter. If you're going to be in the rain like we are right now, you've got to be high up, you know, able to keep yourself dry until the weather passes. But even then, in general, I actually still, to this day, love camping. And by the way, when I say I love camping, I mean I like tent camping, build yourself a campfire, cook on the campfire. I'm not going to be like some hardcore extremist like my brother is, where his idea of a good camping experience is going out with a hammock and a tarp, and that's all he takes with him. He's got to catch his own food. I am not going to do the hardcore camping my brother does, you know. I don't like the extreme luxury, you know, take a camper out with like a generator and call that camping. That's not my idea of camping. What we've got here on screen, that's my idea of camping, and I still enjoy that to this day. You're in luck then. New Wirral doesn't exactly have any hotels, so you'll probably be doing a lot of your own sleeping in a tent. Oh, Rich, I missed when you came in. I am sorry about that. It took me a while to get here. Yes, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Welcome to the stream. You can exchange the fused material for some really good stuff in the main town, just as I mentioned last stream, at the Adventurers Guild up past the sticker stands. I don't remember exactly where the guild hall is. I remember where the sticker stands are. But yeah, I'll have to look into that later. Right now, we are going to do the remixing. What do you become? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, he becomes every bit the flasher as he was before, but now he is a gentleman about it. He is proper sir or madam before he fully exposes on before his potential victims, and then goes full Jack the Ripper. He has to scar and break his victims visually and mentally before he does so physically. Oh, this is all of the bad. The anatomy of the Riptera is not easily... I bet it isn't. It barely has a body to speak of. That is because it is all cock under there. It is instead more of a tangled web of claw-tipped limbs haphazardly bound together beneath its... okay. Why? What? Wow. Hold on. I mentioned the weird sound I was getting. I don't know what's happened. But I'm also getting an echo from my own voice from it right now. I wonder what's going on in my house. Why are things so weird? Anyways. Yeah. Why is the trench coat stained? I'm telling you, this thing is all cock under there, and it just doesn't want to tell me. Alright, let's see the velocity. He's an art. Those are shotgun slugs on his back. I fucking love this man. And it's even the sound of a barrel spinning and the shotgun racking. It is both sounds at once. I'm sure it was probably meant to be like the pulling back of a hammer, but I see the shotgun slugs and my brain goes to something else. The body of the Artillerex contains a pit of molten metal, which it can form into shrapnel and shoot out in blasts from the turret. Not a barrel. Well, not a revolving cylinder. That is a full-blown turret on its belly. Its ballistic capabilities and towering stature make it a truly fearsome Lotus. I love this man. All right, it's all good. Thank you. But yeah, I've mentioned before I was not quite fully sure what to do with those resources. So again, you probably told me last time, but thank you, Rigid. I still don't think I've been to the guild hall properly then. That is probably why it is still having an exclamation point there. Yeah, I'll fucks with you. Let's see what you got going. What? Go easy on me, okay? I'm still new to this Mournchild cult thing, and I don't want to look bad in front of the others. No joke, he literally didn't want to fight with me. Alright, I've got to switch over to the Artillerex. And our very, very creepy... Oh, God. This gives an all-new interpretation to why the moves are peekaboo and jump scare. I guarantee you I would be flinching too if a creature of that size was absolutely flashing its 80% body size cock ratio to me. I'd be flinching too. Oh God. And the copper chop is not the hands. Those little velociraptor claw bits down there, those are not what he attacks with. It is absolutely the 80% body mass cock flopping out of the exposed part of that jacket there. He is just letting it all flop on the table, and he wants you to know damn well what he's wielding. Yeah, I'm, yes, gun dinosaur 100% in favor of that. And you basically made it to Morningtown. That was kind of the objective of the last stream, so I'm glad to be able to get to that approximation by now. Hold on, let me check what my book says I'm supposed to do when I'm defeated. No, that's about right. Just lay there exactly like that and don't stop doing that ever. Anyways, let me put my gun dinosaur up front. There we are. Oh God, when these things fuse, it's gonna have a gun for a dick, isn't it? Look, the idea of having your body be 80% gun sounds really cool. Also, having a gun for a dick sounds really cool. But both of them together, when you understand the fact that no matter how you go about it, it is still built like a flasher, it takes the cool and makes it not so cool. Why have you been waiting for me, Traffic Crab? Ian, Kaylee, I've been waiting for you.
What?
Did the Traffic Crab just speak? Please do not liken me to the mindless traffic crabs out there. It's a Magikarp! I am Magikrab! Indentured servant to the infinite Merline! Long may their trains run on time! That is a fun line. I am currently doing a D&D campaign with that is set in a steampunk universe. It's based on the Iron Kingdoms, if anybody wants to look into what I'm referencing. And something about a homeless crazed man. So right now, a homeless crazy guy would be very fitting for where the campaign is at, both in terms of character level, the city they're in, and all of that stuff. So, a homeless crazy man rambling on about trains sounds very fun to me, and this just put the idea in my head, and I like that as a tagline for, you know, wishing the party good luck. Hey Keegs, welcome to the stream. How are things going? Hopefully things are going, you know, as well as can be expected. And now that we have Rigid and Keegs here, I do want to put some information out there. It sounds like we ran into a little bit of headaches as far as our attempted at doing a podcast, and we kind of had to miss a week there. There were some things that happened. Long story short, that's going to be coming back. Keegs and Rigid and I will be discussing a lot of the Pokemon news in the next podcast, which should be coming out, or at least getting recorded sometime over the weekend. Anyways, Keegs, like I said, how are things going? Hopefully things are going well. And do not sell yourself short. That is a lot more firepower than some water guns, okay? To dwell amongst their hallowed halls is a privilege too grand for me to convey. To serve their passengers is the least I can do. Okay, I love that there is a capital T. This thing is putting whatever this group is as some sort of godly status. Which is to say, you tell me where you need to go, and I'll get the train up at Platform A ready. Many of the Merline's stops are currently inaccessible. Oh, that's what this is. This is Merline A. Okay. They will become available once their stations reopen. Alright, fast travel can be activated on the map screen anytime you're outdoors. At first, you will only be able to travel back to the cafe. However, each station that you reopen adds a new destination for you to use. The Merline stations themselves seem to play host to strange beings far away. Thoroughly exploring these stations may yield valuable information and rewards. Oh, hold on. Alright. Wait. There we go. I don't know why my microphone reset on the audio level. That shouldn't have happened. I don't know when that happened. But it should be at the proper setting now. Anyways, is this similar to where we ran into the angel before? I think we went into like a subway station, and we ran into that angel that was all kind of fucked up and was like, I don't know, orgasming all over the place. It was leaving its ectoplasm goo all over the train line, and then after defeating it, it decided to take up residence in my head and make a sticky mess of everything going on in the gray matter there. Are you a Magicrab? Indeed, I am Magicrab, indentured servant to the incomparable Merline, in whose halls you now stand. Like you, I'm not native to New Wirral. However, there have been many here who have known me. The Merline has assigned me to act as your guide to their railway network. Now, what can I do for you? I want to leave New Wirral. Well, Platform B is what we use for interdimensional travel. However, all departures through Platform B have been canceled for the next 642 years. So there is a canonical way out of here. I just won't live to see it. The Merline tells me it's something about a psychic contagion or possibly a war. I'm pleased to inform you that arrivals at Platform B are running on time though. Which does again mean there's a canonical way out of here. Platform B is elsewhere. This station was destroyed by a landslide some time ago, but I believe there is an arrival due any time now. The guest arriving at Platform B is known to be quite judgmental, I must say. It's the coming of God! That's kind of cool. Alright, so obviously I guess I can't go in here right now, but I think I've unlocked one of these before. Yeah, I think that symbol they used is right over here too. I don't know if that's what that is, but it feels right, you know? Greetings, I'm here to speak to Dorian. Miss Kaylee, welcome back. Come, you're just in time. Okay, wait, Kaylee, I gotta put this out there. Anytime a cult says you're just in time, really consider you're probably not on time for what you want. Yes, there is a connection there. That is all I will say.
Huh?
Just in time? In time for what? Where is everyone? Is something happening? They're gonna do the mass culling. Kaylee, don't drink the Kool-Aid! Let's scope out the place. Oh, this is creepy.
Huh?
What are you doing here? Why aren't you at... Wait, is that you, Kaylee? You're a deserter! Traitor! Alright, let's do the inflame. And then definitely give it the old flash of the thundercock. Alright, round 2, I can do that again. And in fact, we can go a little bit nicer. What does it bite? Oh. Oh no. Oh god. The cock that can fit you in its mouth. That is a disturbing thought. Welcome to Jonestown. I don't even remember this man, but he seems to remember me. Come on, let's keep going. What even is back here? Oh, there's so much going on. All right, let's talk with you two.
Fine.
Dorian was expecting some trouble before the ceremony, so I've been keeping watch. Why is it that the Nevermorts seem stronger when I'm fighting them than when I have them? I imagined a mouth on the underside where the vein is. I imagined the mouth where the one-eyed snake is known for spitting. Oh God. No, I didn't even, no! No! Okay, it is what it is. I have dug myself a hole. Okay, that is not it that does the spitting. It just gives the old mushroom stamp. I don't blame you for trying to call for help. I'm not gonna mock you for that. It gives you the playful smack, and then it gives you the old copper chop. I knew it was gonna eat it. I didn't even care. I just wanted that for the joke of it. Alright, another inflame. Oh, the double slice. It just gives you the old 1-2 as it pivots the hips. Jack the Ditty. Oh, that's a good name for it. It is not Jack the River, it is Jack the Ditty. I'm doing good. We went to my uncle's wake yesterday, but today my mom wasn't feeling well and she didn't want to go to the funeral. So I didn't ask before. This uncle, is this your mother's brother or is this tied to your father's side of the family? I'm supposed to keep watch. You did an awful lot of watching. Jack the Ditty is such a good name. What is Dorian up to? I'm worried. I feel like we're the monster here at this point, Kaylee, and I'm not even sure where I stand on that. The scribbled notes say, this flying saucer creature will emerge from its shell if given the ability to remain close to its opponents. I think I have one of these creatures. What was its name? Yeah, okay. The All-Seer, if I had to guess, it's gonna have another one of those branching evolutions. It's either gonna become this thing or this thing. I already have a Trifinx. I don't know what the All-Seer would turn into for this, but I kind of hope it's whatever that thing was talking about. Alright, this was your dad's side of the family. Okay. I was just thinking, you know, it would be a shame if it was your mother's brother who, she's missing out on the funeral of, but, you know, the situation there, I can kind of understand. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fight you two.
Uh-oh!
An intruder! Dorian will be super mad at me if I fail to stop you. He is gonna be super mad at a lot of people. Alright, another Inflame, and you know, it's the same opening move, but it's just what Diddy's known for, you know? He's gotta give you the jump scare. Alright, I don't want to deal... I can't do the multi-hits for either of them, so I guess we'll just, you know, give him the old smack. Try and eat through the wind there. Alright, Inflame, and we'll try the double slice, see if we can get through it again. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Alright. The updraft keeps putting one on there. Is that because it's, because I'm fire and it's wind? Is that what's causing that? I feel like that's what's causing that. It's the warm front coming into play. I don't want to use that. Do I have... Yeah, we'll double slice. Please don't take anybody out yet. Alright, you... Oh, that's kind of cool, though. A Mardiusa. Okay, Mardi Gras Medusa. Okay, I can get that. Alright, rapid fire. Bite. Let's take the lady out for a night on the town. That is so much damage from the bite. So your mother did have a brother, passed away long before you were born. Understood. Vox Tech minus the tech. I had to make the Has-Been Hotel reference there. Oh, you know, it does kind of fit. Representing my home state. Yo, what the hell? Ew. Okay, so I will explain a little bit of what just happened and why that confused the ever-loving heck out of me. My phone is a Red Magic, and it has a physical switch on the side to basically go into a mode that, you know, is unlocking all of the CPU and RAM or whatever it does. It's called the game mode. And it's for when you're using your phone to play a little bit more physically demanding games. I don't use it very often. And I think I probably need to clean out a lot of the side access ports of my phone. Probably need to do that to clean up the charger port as well. Anyways, there was a tiny bit of, I assume probably salt. You know, welcome to Michigan. We salt our roads just like we salt our steaks. Definitely in the winter. We'd recently had some snowfall, so I think this is probably from the road. But it got wedged up under there, and it was just enough that when I just jostled my phone, it flipped the switch. Scared the heck out of me. And you know what? Given the eerie music that I was having earlier, and then the round 2 of the eerie music, I thought something was taking over my phone there for a moment. Because at this point, I'm not ruling it out. Alright, so now I've got 1 revive and the ability to beef up my action points when I need to. I could probably even use that. I'm not going to. I don't feel the need to. I feel like I'm over leveled as it is. Okay. Slowly doing extra the things.
Wait.
You there! You aren't wearing your robes! Are you outsiders here to sabotage the ceremony? I'm not saying I'm not that. Not exactly what I came to do, but I don't have a lot of control over what my ditty here comes to doing. That was terrible. I feel bad for that. I apologize. Yeah, when is Mardi Gras, by the way, Keegs? I don't know if it's supposed to be coming up soon or not. I don't know when it actually is supposed to take place. But we have actually... Oh, Pyromelian looks kind of cool, though. A lot of the shops in my area have started selling, like, the king cakes and things and all that. So I'm wondering if it's coming up soon. I wonder if they're just trying to get people ready for things. Also, if you're out in that area, Mardi Gras, do you go out and participate? Because that seems like a really good time, and it'd be pretty cool to be in an area that has that be a natural happenstance. You won't stop us. I really wasn't even here trying to stop you. I don't care how crazy you guys get. Well, okay, like, there are objective lines. If you guys want to just full on, you know, Kool-Aid end yourself, I'm not in favor of that, but, like, I'm not sure I'm necessarily here to prevent that. But if you all are going to have, like, your own little Epstein Island montage going on, I'm kind of a little more in line to try and prevent. That guy looks naked. I know he's wearing a robe, but he looks naked.
Hello!
Hey, new friends. Unfortunately, it is the will of the Serpent God that I defend our commune from outsiders. But it's really nothing personal. The Snake God? No, hold on. Rat God or nothing. Alright, so the Jormungand looks really cool. I have one of those characters. It's probably getting close to its, like, evolutionary line time. And I kind of hope I take the option that gives me a Jormungand, because that thing just looks really cool. Alright, that... Stop it! You asshole! That was a lot of damage. Fuck you. Nothing personal. Bleh. Big death sounds. Alright, nothing in there. You're gonna be a problem, aren't you? Yep. It's the duty of the Morn Children to repel outsiders. You do not wear the garb of the Morn Child. Therefore, you must be vanquished. This man is all kind of hopped up on something. Alright, give you the old inflame again. Actually, hold on. If it is looking like I'm running into issues of healing, I can pop that on Kaylee and start biting right out of the gate and get a little bit of healing going. Alright, spit and another bite. Again, trying to get as much of that healing going as I can off of the defeat of my enemies. There we go, that worked out fairly well. And then, you know, nothing quite like spitting in the face of a cultist and watching them self-immolate. As a rat man, I'm weak against the snake gods. Yeah, but also as a rat man, you are empowered by the rat god. It's look, I don't make the rules. You know, inner city references are inner city references, and it's just how they go. You know, there's a lot of symbolic significance to the transformative power of the cassette tape. The four sides of its rectangular shape align with the four sides of man. Front, back, left, and right. My guy, are you an idiot? Humans live in the third dimension. We have 3 sides, and you must observe all 3 sides in order to get a good, proper visual representation of the individual. If you've ever done 3D modeling, having access to all 3 viewpoints of a character is usually a great benefit. And you really only need 3. I mean, you need very specific 3, a front view, a side view, and a top or bottom view, but you know, you can kind of work off of that. Anyway, I should probably be trying to stop you right now. Do you have to, though? Oh god, it's another starter grade. Do you have to try and stop me? Can we just be friends here? God, if I can get you to flinch, that would be so good. Damn it! Alright. Just gonna... Oh, spitting on you would be bad. Alright, let's swap to Masquerade. And I guess we'll just bite. We'll do the damage where we can get the damage out. You bastard. Now you heal. Alright, we're gonna go the old spit route and give you another jump scare. Even if you're asleep, we can still flash our giant, floppy, 80% body mass cock in front of you. I don't care if that's like canonical or not. That is my canon. This Rip Terror guy is just 80% dick under there. You know how I think it's is it Lickitung that is like, I don't remember the ratio, but it's got a massive tongue to its body length. That is what this creature is. This is the Lickitung of this universe, and it's all dick. Oh. Cassettes are interesting. Okay, that I can at least agree with. Cassettes are a great audio medium. I'm more of a CD fan myself. You know, you get a little bit better audio quality there, but yeah, I'm not gonna fault somebody wanting to listen to an old cassette. Right up there with me and my hipster being ass with my love of vinyl. I blame my father for that one. You know, it wouldn't be a hipster reference if I didn't blame my father for something. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to fight you regardless, aren't I? You don't ignore me, do you? Do you? Hey, you can't ignore me. Fuck off, buddy. Hey, made it. Good job. Woo! Almost overshot that. Oh, nice. I think that was among, like, the most video game sound effect this game has gotten so far. Hey, there we go. Didn't have to do those last 2 fights anyways. Really? May we have quiet in the audience? Who is she? Is she Myra? Creepy. Oh, that would be such a good name for a Pokemon equivalent. Lickitung evolved into Slapadick. Dorian will now speak. Oh no. He's an asshole. He's not even like a cool cult guy. He's got a fucking mullet too. He's got a mullet with a bowl cut front. God, this guy just reeks asshole energy.
How's it going, everybody?
Man.
What a great crowd you always are. Listen, guys, mourn children or whatever. You've all been doing such a great job with the digging. I mean, seriously, this is a primo quality hole. This pit is as deep as your devotion to the cause. It's, like a metaphor. When I first heard the whispers in my head guiding me beneath the earth, I knew I couldn't do it alone. And sure, we've had ups and downs, but we've done it! Pull the curtain!
The serpent god awaits us, baby!
Soon I will enter the chamber and bargain with him for a share of his divine power. And to accompany me, our prodigal daughter returns to us. Isn't that right, Kaylee?
Oh no.
Was he trying to get all, like, into it with Kaylee? Is that what's going on? That feels like what was going on.
Haley, honey.
You look like a deer in the headlights. Of course I got word you were joining us for our big party. Didn't you tell your friend here that you helped run this place alongside me? Ian?
Sorry.
Well, you mentioned you were a part of the group and that you left. You know, fault's on me for not digging deeper as to what you meant by part of. I'll explain later. We need to stop this now. You didn't believe in me, did you? Well, it looks like I was right all along, baby. There's a real damn Archangel right under our feet. We've fought Archangels, Dorian. If you go in there, you'll get your... Kaylee, just at this point, just let him. If you and your friend have so much experience, why not come and join me in the fun? Come and watch me ascend to godhood with my new Archangel buddy.
Jacqueline?
The platform, if you please.
Yes.
As you wish, sir.
See ya.
See you inside, Kaylee. I hate him so much. Come on, let's go stop this idiot from whatever he thinks he's doing. Kaylee, hear me out. Sometimes, when you have crazed, absurd people, you just, let nature take its course. Hold on. The man literally has money under his bed in a world where that's gonna mean dick all. What is up with this guy? Also, I seem to recall they mentioned something about how, like, not everybody here is even from the same timeline. So, like, when he's from, and what he's doing, and who knows when or if he gets back, that money may or may not have any value ever at all to him. Why the fuck is he caring about it? The pressure here is overwhelming. It felt like this when Morgante first appeared. Oh, that's right. Morgante was the one who's living in my head right now. It's like there's a really loud noise in the air, but I can't hear it. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Kaylee. Kaylee's friend. You made it. I have made the tactical decision to amend the plan. Sir? Kaylee and friend will go ahead first, and if they aren't instantly killed by the Archangel, then I'll go in and do my sweet talking. You're a fool and you're going to get yourself killed. You first? I still feel like my answer could be just I don't, and tell you to suck a big fat one. How big, you might ask? How about 80% of a Riptera's body? One moment. Sorry about that. I have a family member that just came by, but should just be fine in the background. Anyways, I realized that there was like a cutscene playing just as I had to step away for a moment there. Anyways, for all of the jokes and references I've been making, notice that the Archangel that has come to greet us is obviously serpent-esque related, but also said serpent is taking a very pronounced position. Why is this game absolutely so dick joke coded? Because they are endless so far. It gives me that horrible feeling I had when we fought Morgante. Like I'm looking at it all wrong. I feel like I'm looking at it all wrong too. Have you heard my call? Are you here to pay tribute? Are you here to burn for me? Well, I guess we weren't instantly killed, so Dorian's gonna come do his thing. Also, that glitch effect was really cool. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, great Archangel! I have heeded your call and traveled to your abode. For my loyalty... Well... Holy shit, he is literal... The thing full-blown vaporized him. He is the ectoplasmic goo stain all over the floor right now. You do not take from me. You only give. I told him this would happen. Come on, Ian, let's stop this thing before it kills anyone else. I'm just... Guy had it coming. Oh shit, it's Morningstar. We're fighting Lucifer. Lucy, that you? Alright, let's see. I'm curious on this fusion. Let's see the flaming gun barrel man. And I mean emphasis on flaming. Alright, looking at what we're dealing with, I kind of want to affect the, can I affect it with the fire abilities? I can't recall. Alright, resonance, glass, metal type. Okay, that's not going to benefit me here specifically. Biting it is going to be power 80 with the healing. I think we're going to keep biting. Why belong to Ash when you could be Ash? Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm not going to lie. That's really cool. The Archangel, Morningstar, Lucifer has the forbidden fruit tree. Oh, that's cool. I'm angry at just how cool that is. All right, let's hit it with the rapid fire. Oh, and now it's giving itself. Okay. We can still hit you with the bite. Do a little healing. Alright, tree's gone. And it's a poisoned apple. God, that's kind of a really cool mechanic. God, that's cool. This thing has so much health. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, I knew that was gonna hurt. Out of curiosity, though. Alright, we can still use our base bite, so I'm gonna stick with this. But even if we go down, I can use the item and, you know, bring it back. I'm gonna stick with bite. I know it's gonna give me the poison and it's gonna take me out, but I'm gonna go with it. Alright, hopefully we don't get taken out here, though. Yeah, sure, it hurts, but we're good. We're sticking through it. Alright, Capricorps. Sure. And let's go with Moth Mantic. This is a tried and true partnered pairing. Cool story, bro. Yeah, not having a lot of good options on that. Definitely want to see about inflicting some fire for damage in between turns sooner rather than later. Accuracy up. Keep doing the burn damage. In fact, I'm going to give that a round 2. All right. Let's, I guess, run with Zephyr. Yeah, it's the best I think I'm gonna get, because I think it's about to try to rapture me again. It's gonna inflict that judgment, isn't it? Not yet? Really? I guess I'll take the benefit where I can get it. And then it failed to tempt me. Alright, let's do no, wait. Yeah, we're gonna do the same. Stick to it. Either way, it's going down. Hell yeah. That is the second Archangel down. Oh, you get actual overworld buffs for that. That's cool. Oh God, Morgana's. If you wish to leave this land, then heed my words and hear my song. You must rise to the task at hand. You must walk the path most long. Stop talking about my dick rising. To the west your wings must fly, to the place only I have known. Morgana's in here whispering creepy, eerie thoughts into my head. Morningstar, is that right? Boy, do I have a job opportunity for you! Don't mind me. I'm just taking this one into my skull. It shall be leaving the ectoplasm goo between my ears.
Dorian! Sorry.
Yeah, well, I did try to warn him. Honestly, I was trying to not warn him for exactly that reason. Nature took its course. We shall all get out of here. The air here tastes like death. Ooh. Okay. That's a line. The commune will open its gates. We will try and find common ground with the rest of New Wirral. We only wanted guidance. We never wanted... I know. The people of this community aren't bad people. You just have to be wary of those you put your faith into. That was messed up. she's just sitting here like, yeah, so the guy I led a commune with just went and vaporized by Satan. So yeah, how's your Tuesday going? And I'm just here sipping my latte, just like, honestly pretty good. How are you feeling? I'll be fine. I feel awful for helping Dorian for so long, but I blame him more than I blame myself, as you should. The man had his own agency, he knew what he was getting into, and you even gave him fair warning. I found the Morn Children around the same time he did. I needed that sense of community and belonging. He and I became good friends, and I was something of an, assistant to him. That's what I'm gonna go with, an assistant. I don't know if things just slowly changed or if things were never good, but Dorian's hold over the people of Morningtown became something sinister. It became about him, his wants, his dreams and delusions. It was no longer the community I desperately wished it was. People were hurt, and I helped smooth things over for him. No, I wasn't his assistant. I was his fixer. And I'm going to continue to put the quotes further around fixer. Because I feel like if you're in this kind of situation with a commune of crazed zealots, as one of the females in a higher up position, you are probably being used for more than assisting or fixing. I felt for so long like I was doing good, helping to maintain a positive status quo, even if people would get hurt now and then. I'm not a good person, Ian. Can I just sit here and be like, yeah, no, you probably aren't. But that's okay. Actually, a lot of people just aren't good people. And, that is why we strive for better at all times. I'm not going to say yes, you are, because it is a genuine, unfortunate reality of the world that actually, if you want to define good by a very, realistic measuring stick, genuinely, most people aren't good people. You're good enough. And again, a big part of that is striving to be good. Holy shit, reading that line. God damn it, Richard. There were probably blood orgies. Probably. I don't believe that. I'm glad you believe that. I don't believe that. Well, I'm glad that you do believe that, so shut up and accept my words. I hope they all do better with him gone now. Lost people look for guidance, and that's what Dorian offered them. Well, we're another Archangel down, and I'm gonna help you find the rest. Relationship level 2. You can now use fusion power when fused with... Wait, there's another layer of fusion power? Fusions you form with Kaylee now have... Oh! Fusing now gives you even bigger buff. I like that. So now there's a mysterious man with a triangle for a head. Oh shit, who is that triangle bro? From... was it a Disney show or a Nickelodeon show? But... I don't know the show. I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with the concept. And the old grandpa man who was an absolute Chad of a unit. And then again, the triangle super demon god thing. Anyways, yeah, I feel like this is a correlation that you could easily tie into that, because I think that entire show gets into weird multiverse theory. Anyways, intervening in the hunt for the Archangels. I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, you said that defeating the Archangel earlier has given you a clue? What clue exactly? To the west your wings must fly, to the place only I have known. It's a Journey to the West reference. We're gonna go fight the monkey god. that doesn't sound like much to go off of. Guess we need to find another Archangel then. Right, let's crack on. Where are we off to next? Didn't you hear some rumors about something happening in Harbor Town? We could see what's happening there if you want. I feel like we probably should. Anyways, I am gonna go take my rest at the campfire, save it up here after all of this. I am gonna be wrapping up the stream at this point. I do want to see if there's gonna be any conversation with Kaylee. All right, nothing super serious there. All right, I am going to wrap this stream up here. I believe Pipkin Pippa is having a birthday stream, and it probably is a good 10 minutes in, so probably getting past some of the welcome and intro stuff for her. The Monkey King is 10 times immortal because of course he is. It is going to be an epic boss fight where you have to fight not only the Archangel once, but 10 times, probably for balance reason. It's objectively weaker than the other Archangels, but you better come bearing full potential because you are going to need it. Honestly, that would be a pretty cool boss fight mechanic, considering. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Hope to see you next time. If you are going to go check out Pipkin Pippa's stream, because I'm sure that Rigid most certainly is. Hopefully you guys have a good one and enjoy it. By the way, Rigid, I know you probably still haven't necessarily gotten around to testing that coffee. Keep me informed, let me know. And as always, to everyone, have a good night. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.